yeah, baby. And there we are.
Thank you so much for giving me your precious time. My name is Alexander, and something that I do is try to promote the metal music in the Peruvian community. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hello everybody, and hello Peru, and hello to you, Alex. And I'm the Demolition Man from Venom INC. So yeah, that's me, Tony, the Demolition Man from Venom INC.
How Venom was created in short terms?
Well, it kind of, I guess it, myself and Venom go back to the beginning. So myself and Mantis and the guys, Kronos, Abaddon, we're all friends from the same town. We traveled a parallel journey, and they went this way, I went this way, but we stayed in contact. And then in the late 80s, I became, Kronos left Venom to pursue a solo career and move to America and do something not satanic and all of this. I was approached by Abaddon to join the band, which I did. We recorded Primeval, a series of albums. Then I moved away. Then Mantis contacted me in late 2000s or early 2000s, who was doing a solo album, asked me if I'd come and play bass on it, which I did. We did some shows, and then I went back to my day job. And then he contacted me again when he did a show with Anton, Kronos' brother, on drums, and said, "Do you want to do something?" So we created a band called Primeval initially after the album, and then we became Empire of Evil, and then we did a series of shows. And then about 2015, Oliver Weishammer, who does the Keep It True Festival in Germany, asked me if we would play as Empire of Evil, myself and Mantis, but if Abaddon was there, would we do some Venom classics for the fans that were there? So that was a bit difficult, but I made it work, and we did 5 classic Venom songs at the end of our set, and 2,000 people went crazy, and then it seemed like the world asked us to play. So I created, I guess, Venom Incorporated, which was initially called Venom Iron and Steel, or Iron and Steel, then became Venom Incorporated Iron and Steel, and then it just became Venom INC. And that's how we began. And so ever since, we've been Venom INC.
Why do you think Venom INC is so special among all the thrash metal bands?
Well, I think it's because of the legacy. You know, when you think of anything associated with Venom, you know, at the time that it all began for us as individuals, in the late 70s, I guess 79 and 1980, there wasn't extreme music. You know, the most extreme thing was probably Motorhead, punk rock, and Motorhead in heavy metal terms. And I guess it was a combination of taking the dark side of Black Sabbath, the dirty side of Motorhead, the aggression and the attitude of punk rock, mixing it all together, and bang, we had something different. And you know, Welcome to Hell, and the first single, In League with Satan, was such a shock to everybody. For me, not so much so, because I was quite close to the whole thing. But for the rest of the world, was like, holy shit, you know, you're openly saying these things about Satan and anti-religion, and with this attitude and the imagery. Yeah, it had such an impact across the planet. But I think what they did was they made it possible for other underground bands, you know, to have a voice. So they could also do it, and it became acceptable, you know, to be extreme. You could be as fast as you like, as ugly as you like. You could sing about any subject you wanted to. And I think probably that kind of would have happened anyway, just like the punk did in the 80s, in the 70s, which gave us, as 16, 15, 16-year-olds, gave us our voice. Youth wanted to have their own voice, and Venom allowed it to be, you could have your voice. You didn't have to be the best, you just had to be able to just perform it, and just to say it, and just to do it. So it made everybody want to do it too. And, you know, Metallica's and Slayers and everything came out of, you know, the new wave of British heavy metal, but particularly Venom influenced so much because they didn't have any rules. And, you know, you always had to have rules because the corporate records industry and the commercial record industry, you know, which were your Led Zeppelins and your Pink Floyds and your Deep Purples and all of that, wanted to control things. And we said you don't have to control it. Just let everybody have it. And so it became the underground, and fantastic. And to be here so many years later and hear the most amazing bands from all over the planet, you know, still pushing that boundary, still looking for something new, still trying to have their voice, is incredible. It's incredible. So yeah.
Now, you say something like you were very into, since you were young, in the metal, let's say, world or industry. So what are some of the hardest challenges that you face, and how did you overcome them?
Well, I think we came from a very working class place in the north of England where there was no jobs and nobody had any money. So I think in order to do anything, you had to find a way to do it. So you had to be clever. You know, I just very much. Max Caballero said he plays a 4-string guitar, and they said, "Why do you play a 4-string guitar?" And he said, "Well, we were in Brazil. We were very poor. There wasn't a lot of money. We got a little bit of money from our merchandise." And I broke a string on the guitar and thought, I can play with 5 strings. Then I broke another string and I thought, now I only have 4 strings. And we had this money and I thought we could either buy vodka and just have fun playing, or I could buy guitar strings. He said, so I bought vodka and I play a 4-string guitar. And I think those are the kind of things we did. You didn't let having no money, having no proper equipment, having things, you didn't let anything prevent you. The first demos I ever did, I didn't have an instrument and I didn't have any equipment. So I borrowed a monitor speaker from a friend of mine, put it on a skateboard and pushed it all the way around to a studio. Wow. We saved for like 5 months to save £40 so we could have 3 hours in a studio. And I borrowed my friend's bass guitar, which had like, you know, nylon strings on it. So not it was going to sound pretty bad, but it didn't matter. We were going to make something. We were going to create something. And we had to record a 2-track demo. So we had 3 hours, I think it was. And by the time we set up, the guy said, mate, you better start recording. So we just played as much as we could until the guy went, right, that's it. That's the end. And that was our first demo. So, you know, the thing is, I guess, when it seems like it's impossible, it's not impossible. If it's your destiny to do it, you will always find a way to do it. And I didn't have any support from my family. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any equipment. I didn't own a bass for 10 years, you know. And now I have like 18 basses and I tour the world and I make records and I do it for a living, you know. So that's the analogy. It's like, you know, I wanted to do it. It wasn't about making money, becoming famous. It was who I was, you know, much like Lemmy. When you would ask Lemmy, you know, when he was becoming sick, why do you keep doing it? You don't have to do it. You've got nothing to prove. And he said, because this is who I am. This is who I am. And I guess that's it. If it's who you are, you'll succeed. You won't stop. If it's not who you are, you'll find out pretty quickly that it was just something you like doing, but it isn't actually what you wanted to do. But I think that's true of anything. You know, if you wanted to be a millionaire, you'd be a millionaire. So when you get to, you know, your 50s or whatever and think, why am I not a millionaire? The answer is because you didn't want to be a millionaire. Because if you wanted to be a millionaire, you have to sacrifice friends, family, relationships. You know, you just sacrifice to do that. And you didn't want to sacrifice. I didn't want to sacrifice to you know, have $1 million and live in the Palisades and then what, you know, not have real friends. And, you know, I like doing what I do. It's who I am. So, yeah, I suppose, so those are the challenges. Different challenges these days. Of course, it's a different generation. It's a different kind of, we didn't have internet, we didn't have all social media, but the principle is the same. You believe in you. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. If you believe in you and it's who you are, then do it. Just do it at all costs. Make it happen, and you will.
I like that. You believe in you. I like that phrase. I'm gonna keep in mind for real. Now,
Good.
we talk about the challenges, but now we're gonna talk about the dreams and goals. Do you, sir, as a person, as a musician, still have goals and dreams in the music industry?
I think absolutely. You know, I don't think you ever lose. You never stop learning. You never stop discovering, and you never reach your goal. You think you set your goal. The thing is with your goals, when you begin, is if you set them too high, if you say, I want to play headline backing with all the pyrotechnics and 1 million fans and have $1 million and have 6 cars and 10 wives and this massive house and stuff, then you're set to fail, you know, because you might get there, but you've set the wrong parameter for yourself. The thing is, you set small goals. When I sat on my bed in my mum and dad's bedroom, my mum and dad's house, I sat on my bed, I wanted to make one record. I thought, if I ever can make one record in my collection that's mine, that I made, I'll be happy forever. I won't need to do anything else in my life. That will be the thing, and I could die happy. And of course, I made that record, but it wasn't enough. I wanted to make another one. I wanted to make one better than that. And then when I made that one, I thought I really liked making it. I'd like to make another one. And when you do one tour, if I could do one show, then you do one show, you enjoy it so much, you want to do more than one show. And then England's not enough. You want to go to Brazil, you want to go to Germany, you want to play in France or tour America, or come to Central America or South America. And all of a sudden, everything just inspires the next thing. And I always say that to young people is if you inspired, you will inspire. So embrace that inspiration. And while you're doing that, you'll be inspiring somebody else on the planet to do that too. And it could be one guy in Manila you've never met before, and you live in Peru or Chile, and you made a demo, and this one guy can't stop playing your demo because somehow it speaks to him. And you might never meet that person. You might be lucky to meet them, but you might never meet them. But believe me, they do exist. So you'll always touch somebody else somewhere on the planet, and you don't know who you're inspiring. So be inspired by your heroes, and then in turn you will inspire other people. You then become someone else's hero. So I think with that in mind, I want to keep going. I want to meet everybody on the planet. I want to play a show in every city I can possibly play in or town. I want every single person who's ever been a fan of the band, at any stage of the band from the beginning to now, and every version of the band. I want them to hear every song that was ever written by the band live, you know, and I want to hear everybody's stories. And that's an endless prospect. It goes on forever. I don't want to walk into an arena where there's 500,000 people, take 2 photographs, sign a couple of things on my way in and on my way out, oversell some merchandise, overcharge for a meet and greet, and make sure they've all bought my record. I don't want to do that. If I play an arena, I can walk around to meet people. If I play a club, I want to walk around to meet people. You know, the whole point of this is communication through our music. And without the fans, there isn't anything. There is no industry. If fans didn't buy your records, you wouldn't be on tour. You wouldn't be going to these venues. So it's part of our duty. It's part of our job. But also it's part of the whole thing, the whole idea of this art is to communicate. And there's nothing better communicating than if I'm sitting talking to someone about how they feel about the music and how they feel about the whole industry. So yeah, I think those are my aspirations. Keep doing what I'm doing until I can't do it anymore. Like Lemmy, you die with your boots on.
Yes. And I know, sir, it's gonna be a time for all of us that maybe we are gonna stop doing what we are doing it in order to, I don't know, spend time more with your family or wife or whatever. When that time is gonna come for you, sir, what is the legacy that you would like to leave to the fans?
Well, I think, when you do this kind of thing, you don't retire. You get to a point where you can't do it anymore. I think of Freddie Mercury or Ronnie James Dio or Lemmy. So it gets to a point where you just stop because life stops you. Life leaves you. And I think the legacy is that what I've just discussed, that inspiration. If somebody is doing what they really want to do, and they were inspired to do that by you in some way, maybe they be successful in their job, or maybe they become musicians and they become successful, or do weight training, or whatever it is. If you've inspired someone in any way to succeed at what they wanted to do, then that's the legacy. Apart from the music, but once you've recorded the music and it's out in the domain and people know it's there forever. Elvis is there forever. Muddy Waters is there forever. Blinding Melon is there. Lemon is there forever. All of those bands. When the Rolling Stones all die, not that Keith Richards ever will, because he'll outlive the planet, but their music is there forever, and I think that's the legacy. As somebody who's not born yet will find Venom, one of the Venom albums, and it will mean something massive to them, and it'll be long after we've gone. And so that's what you leave behind. You hope you leave that kind of inspiration behind, that you can do it too. If we can do it, you can do it. So just do it.
That's true. Now, this question I'm gonna ask you, I do to all the artists, but you have to be very honest, okay?
I'm always honest.
If you have one day left on the earth, with which artist, dead or alive, and what song, any kind of song like blues, jazz, rock, pop, whatever, you would like to play with?
Ooh. Right. One day left. Which song? Wow. That's hard. Yeah. So many amazing songs. Wow. Do I get to play this song with the artist?
Yeah, the artist can be dead or alive.
Brilliant. Okay. Right. Well, then I think I'm on stage with Motorhead. And I'm playing Overkill.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I could pick. There's so many things I could be doing. 2112 with Rush, or I could be with Black Sabbath, playing Black Sabbath on stage, or War Pigs. I mean, there's so much when you think about it. But I think when I heard 1978, when I heard Overkill for the first time, I was a fan. I was a fan before. I discovered Motorhead before, but when they released Overkill, I heard Overkill, the single, and it blew my mind. I'd never heard any drums played like that, and just the feeling of the whole song and the expression of what our music means. The only way to hear the noise is when it's good and loud, and that's it for me. So if I could be with Eddie, Lemmy, and Phil on stage, even if I was just standing next to them while they were playing it, but yeah, brilliant. Yeah, that's my pick.
Thank you. Now, talking about the Peruvian concert, what are the expectations that us as a Peruvian have for you, sir, that day?
Well, we did Peru. I think I can't remember a while ago now, and Chile. I think we did everywhere apart from Venezuela. We did some Central America on that tour, so it was quite long, and I absolutely just adored it. I'd never been to Peru, and it was incredible. I'd been to Colombia, of course, a lot, Brazil a lot, Mexico a lot. Although Mexico is not South America, but I'd been to a lot of places, but Peru was new to me, and the people were incredible. The food was amazing.
Yes.
The scenery was breathtaking. And I was so excited by that. I'm kind of a South America file, if you like. You know, it's my favorite place to be on the planet, you know, because it's so incredible and diverse. But I think now myself and Jeff Becerra from Possessed have been talking every single day for like months about this whole thing, and we're both so excited, and we're expecting just the best time. So, you know, we can't wait to see the fans, we can't wait to party with everybody, and to just have a great time, and to be able to do it, you know, together. Possessed and Venom is just so great. We're so excited. So yeah, I'm just excited. What can I say?
Thank you, sir. I want to thank you also for this interview. Really, as a Peruvians, we may not have never such a big opportunity to have bands as you. You know, like I think like from 1 year or 2 years ago, more bands are coming to Peru, and we did really enjoy that. So thank you, sir. I'm gonna be the concert. I hope I can meet you there. Hope I can have you. Hope we can have a very good time. And
we will absolutely meet, and the drink's on me.
We will.
Take some photos. Yeah, we're brothers now, and that's it.
Thank you.
You only need to make one small connection, and then that's it for life, you know. And that's what's so wonderful about meeting people. You meet somebody once, and that's it. You now know we exist in our same world, and so we're brothers for life. So the drinks are on me. We will.
I like that, man. Like this is, I think, that the second interview that I had since I started the channel, that a musician say to me some phrases that stuck in my mind.
Brilliant.
I like it, really.
Good. You know, that's about communication as well. You know, it's like it's opening up our world and making us think outside. And again, remember the phrase, inspire to be inspired. You know, when you're inspired, don't forget you also inspiring people. And people will look at this, see what you're doing, listen to you and think, I want to do that. Because you're inspiring people. And that's what we're here for.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. See you there.
Okay.
Take care.
See you very soon. Be good, everyone. See you soon. Come on.
Bye.